Yep. It's Sunday, around 12:45. Sunday. What is this? November the 26th. That's a month from Christmas. Christmas. That looks like a pretty good shot right there. No lights. I do this all the time with no lights. Don't have no lights on, so it looks really good. Or to change this and go to Facebook. I gotta get to work on making my script out here. Ain't nowhere near got started on it. As you can see. You can't see. There you go. I just got like 2 things ready. And it needs to be a whole show. Getting ready to go back on TV. So I can get Coo Carroll to help me. I need help. It's hard for her to help me. She's busy. Didn't sleep good last night. My collar. There we go. This old jacket here. I like it though. It's light. Went to Bar 31 and seen a friend came up that I talked to a long time ago that was out in California. She's out here in Birmingham now, but I was talking to her when she was out there. She was like a stand-up comedian. And she approached me last night and told me who she was. Really didn't remember, because last time I checked my messages on my phone, last time I talked to her was like 2015. That was two years ago. Let me put that live right here. If y'all want to see me live, I'm on my website right now, as you can see. The red says live streaming. see me, come to my website. I just put the address on there, and I'm live right now. So that's all I'm going to say. Hey, Tommy York. But I'm on my website right now. So if you want to watch it, come to my website. Okay. Hey, I see a bug outside. Let me show y'all this bug. Maybe a wasp. They working on my neighbor's house, putting siding up. I want a leaf falling. That tree right there is a pecan tree. Ain't got no pecans on it. There are about 20 squirrels crawled up in that, and I can't shoot them because I'm right behind the city hall. I've shot them with a BB gun, and they just turn around and look at me and smile and go. I hate squirrels. They steal my nuts. I've got 5 pecan trees, and they work themselves crazy during the fall and getting them pecans, and they ain't a pecan in that tree right now because they've got them, every one. If I could shoot them, I would. And I did ask police officers if I could shoot them with my shotgun. They said I couldn't. Not right here. I'm in the city limits. Yeah, plus I'm right behind the city hall. So they won't let me shoot my squirrels. And if I could, I would. I guarantee you that. And I shoot them with a BB gun. But a BB gun don't harm them. They just turn around, like I said. They just turn around and smile. You hear them knocking on my neighbor's house down there. I can show you a little bit right there. No, I can't maybe. Thought I could. Went to Bar 31 last night. I was saying, and a lady approached me and introduced herself, and I didn't know her right then. She told me her name, but I don't remember. And when I got home, I looked on Facebook and found her, and I used to talk to her 2 years ago. She was out in California. She was being a stand-up comedian and working on that, and that's who it was. And I seen her at Bar 31, and it was nice her coming up to me and introducing herself, but I'm sorry I didn't know her right then, but I do now. I do now. It was her first name, Sheila. That's all I'm going to say. Sheila. And she was trying to be a stand-up comedian out in California. Let me look like it's a little blurry. There you go. But anyway, she was out at Bar 31, and I think I danced one dance with Martha. It's only one I danced. Just said, I like listening to the music. I'm all into music and listening and watching the musicians. Musicians on stage they've got this thing about each other, and a lot of times they do stuff that the audience don't know, and you can tell they'll look at each other and they know, you know, the thoughts of the other person. Once you play with them so long, you know, you just know things, and they may say something on there that you don't catch, or or do something on stage that you don't catch out in the audience, but they catch it. I remember me and Stan Ballinger, you know, we had this, what do you call it, we had this thing where, you know, if I heard him mess up just a little bit or something, you know, we'd look at each other and we'd say, that's one, that's one. And we'd mark it down, and if I messed up, he'd do the same thing to me. But musicians got this thing, and I like watching musicians on stage, just watching them, you know, and I hear them mess up all the time. You know, y'all might not pay attention to it, but me as a musician, I listen to it, and I can tell when they mess up. But razzmatazz is so good, they can mess up and you'll never know it. That's a sign. That's a sign. Once you play every night, 3 nights a week, you're going to mess up. I mean, you ain't going to play perfect every single night. You're going to mess up. And I hear them mess up all the time. But they're so professional, they can fix it right then, and you'll never know it. You'll never know it. Razzmatazz out in Birmingham. In my opinion, they're the best dance band in Birmingham. They never did play my song I requested. I requested How Much Is That Doggy in the Window. He never did play it. Ken told me that one of the bass player in the band told me they knew How Much Is That Kitty in the Window. But I don't know that song. I keep seeing something flying around outside. Look at this thing. I don't know what it is. Can you see it? It's right up above the paint there. See it flying around? What is that? I don't know what that is. They was telling me last night that Alabama got in a brawl on the basketball court up around New York when they was playing Minnesota, and they ended the game with 3 players. It's 3-on-5. The whole bench they sent to the locker room, and there was 5 on the court, and 2 of them fouled out. That left Alabama with 3 players, so they finished the game with 3 players and actually made the game closer with those 3 players. It was funny. Well, it wasn't funny, but it's funny them making the game closer with 3 players than they did with 5. I reckon 5 players got in their way. But I watched it on YouTube a while ago. If y'all want to see it, it's on YouTube, by the way. Their coach, Minnesota's coach, looked like he was a big instigator in all that. Hollering and screaming and stuff. And as a coach, you got to keep you calm, keep your players calm. Of course, Alabama got the bad deal out of the whole thing. This is my hat I got a while back at the Alabama Music Hall of Fame there in Tuscumbia. The very first one I bought out there, I liked it better, but I wore it so long I wore it out. It came apart and everything, so I bought this one, and it's pretty good. I like the other one better, though. At least, you know, you can see it says Alabama Music Hall of Fame. I go up to Muscle shows a lot, because a lot of music came out of Muscle shows, and if y'all don't know that, you need to go up there and see. You'd be surprised at how many musicians that you heard all them years was from Alabama. Just go into the Tuscumbia there and go into the Alabama Music Hall of Fame and really take your time. Take your time. There's no time limit on it. Pay your money. Go in. Just take your time, read everything, look at everything. Just take your time and go through there, and I guarantee you it's well worth the money. Well worth it. You can even get them to record you singing. They got a little sound booth there, and the girl at the desk there, she'll record you singing "Sweet Home Alabama" or one of those songs that came out of Alabama. And if you'll go to well, you're on it right now if you're watching this. There's a tab right up above me, and what would you call that? Aqua. That's them working on the house back there. Creighton. See, they're working on that house down there. That's the background noise. Creighton just texted me and said I had some background noise. I'll turn that microphone off right there. There you go. Now the one outside, showing outside, it's off. Thank you though, Creighton. War Eagle there, buddy. Y'all got the upper hand for a year. Alabama playing like they was scared. They was scared. That's what they look like to me. I've said this, and you can ask my son, I've said this from day one. I don't like it new offensive coordinators play calling. And you could tell that in the game last night, but Auburn came to play. They came to win the ball game, and they won. So they got the bragging rights for a whole year. I hate it, but they got the bragging rights, y'all. Auburn doing good. So they pretty well, not yet, but they pretty well knocked Alabama out of that top four, unless what happens in these conference games, you know, they could ease back up in there according to what happens there. So Alabama's still got a chance to get in that top four. I'm just kind of curious how far they'll take them out, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what that is out there flying around my porch. It looks like a butterfly or something. Anyway, I think I'm going to slack off from going to Bar 31 for a while. This done got old to me. I love Henry Lavoie, and they got some great music. In my opinion, they're the best dance band in Birmingham. And I'm just, you know, I don't drink, and, you know, it's kind of weird going into a place and seeing everybody drink and everything, and me not drinking. What's going on with my camera there? There we go. It's like blinking off and on. But anyway, I think I'm going to slack out. My buddy Ken and Crazy Girl ain't going to go next week anyway, so, you know, I just go because they invite me and everything, and I like hanging out with them. They're cool people, man. And if you don't know Crazy Girl gets excited sometimes because, you know, of certain things. I ain't going to say what. But they just don't know her. You got to know somebody before you start making fun of somebody, you know. And I don't pay them no attention. If they make fun of me, I just look at them like they're an idiot. Because that's what they are, is an idiot. I was hoping last night. What else we got here? I noticed Sachs High School, they tore the next team up. What was it, Cherokee County? They tore them up. see, Dora was that close of winning that game. So Dora is right there on the verge of being there and doing something. Oh, Ken, though, he's going off to, listen to this, y'all. I don't know why, but he's going to China this week. I told him to take pictures, and he said, well, you want me to take it of a Chinaman? And I said, well, just stop and take a picture of the sign that says, welcome to China. But he really is going to China. I don't know why. It's got something to do with his job. So they won't be going to Bar 31 next week. So, won't too many people be there, probably. Or they might, call that championship game. Even if they do, they won't start the band till, probably later. Well, what I was going to tell you, we was talking about the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Right up above me, you see all this in what would you call that? Aqua? Turquoise or something? Right up above me here, them tabs. Got one that says Muscle Shoals Radio. Muscle Shoals Radio. Click on it. There'll be an icon. Just click on that icon and it brings up an online Muscle Shoals radio station. They play nothing but stuff that was done at Muscle Shoals that had something to do with Muscle Shoals is all they play on that radio station. And get on there, listen to it, and you'll be surprised at how much music came out there that you listened to all these years, and little did you know it was done right here in Alabama. Main Street, Bob Seger. Old Time Rock and Roll, Bob Seger. The first and last album, Leonard Skinner, was first done at Muscle Shoals. Paul Simon, Cher, Boss Skaggs, Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, Percy Sledge. All that music that you heard years ago and still getting played today was done right there at Muscle Shoals. Capitol, I think it's Capitol Records, had Aretha Franklin for years and years. 5 years probably. Couldn't do nothing with her. So they dropped her contract. Atlantic Records, which done a lot of recording at Muscle Shoals, picked her up. Sent her to Muscle Shoals. So Muscle Shoals made her a star, in other words. Aretha Franklin done Think, what was that other one? Respect. All that was done. And listen, folks, that was the Swampers playing the music. Those studio musicians, Jimmy Johnson, David Hood, Roger Hawkins, what was that other guy's name? Can't think of it. But the Swampers, that studio musicians out of Muscle Shoals, the Swampers was, in case y'all didn't know. They made all that music for Aretha Franklin and Wilson Pickett and many, many others. Traffic. That was old Steve Winwood. Traffic. And right there at the last, Dwayne Allman was one of the Swampers. Dwayne Allman. He done a bunch of Hey Jude. That remake of the Beatles song. There's a remake that Wilson Pickett done on it. Well, that's Dwayne Allman playing the slide guitar on that. Some pretty cool stuff. And Cher actually was the first one to record there. And she made her album with the studio behind her when everybody had something to do with it out in front. And her graphics department is the one that put that blue sign up above the thing, if y'all ever see the album. They do tours there too. You need to go, you know, to it, and the one when they moved, they was at 3614 Jackson Highway. They was there about 8 years, and it got too small, so they had to have a bigger place. They moved down on Tennessee River, which is now Cypress Moon. Then it was called Muscle Shoals Sound Studios. But it was a bigger place. I think the Navy or somebody had it as a depot or something, had a big fence, bigger place. It's Cypress Moon now. They was there 20-something years. So they was there longer than they was at 3614. But they still give tours there too, and several people got offices in that building. Shenandoah, David Hood, and the lady that's got it now, she actually is a movie producer. I bought a movie from her and watched it, and she done really good on it. Fine stuff. You still hear that? Well, I'm listening to it on mine. I don't hear no background noise now, Creighton. Let me read all this. If you're still getting background noise, Creighton, it's probably on your end, because I'm listening to the same thing y'all listening to on this other computer over here. And I don't hear it on mine. So it was probably you're probably hearing them work on that house. See this house right down here, you can see them working on the side of it right there. I've got the sound cut off of it now. You can see them working on the side of it there. And that butterfly. I don't know what that is. What else have I got here? Yeah, I gotta get working on the script here for my next show. It's gonna be the Christmas show, and possibly a little bit on the New Year, just a little bit right at the end of it maybe. But the most of it is gonna be on. It's gonna be a Christmassy show, and several people's got birthdays on December 31st. I know several people's got birthdays. My buddy that passed away Thanksgiving 1 year ago, his birthday was December 31st. His and my friend Mike Allen, his birthday's December 31st. I know a girl out in Center Point, her birthday's 31st. My cousin Kathy, I just found out by Kay, her birthday is December 31st. I know when growing up, when we was real little, we would always have a birthday party together. I didn't know when her birthday was, but I found out it was December 31st. Mine is 2 weeks later. Mine's January 14th. Send the money to 105 Avenue A. Okay? 105 Avenue A. And if it's cash, just put it in a piece of paper and close it up where people can't see that $100 bill, you know, and then put it in the envelope. Just a little info for y'all. FYI. But I know I've got to get to work on that, honestly, and cause I have to think. You know, it blows my mind trying to think how to situate this show. I don't know what you call that, but making out the script, and then I got to meet up with Koo Carroll, and we've got to do the intros to it. And sometimes, you know, when we done that Halloween show, if you see the one where she stepped off that thing and she is saying something about Steve's pawn shop, she stepped off of that thing and hung in midair, and then herself walked around behind her. We had to do that, I know, 10 to 12 times So they may be something on this script that, you know, I want to get it close to perfect. It don't have to be exactly perfect, because I want my show real. You know, I don't want it, you know, too scripted, you know, too choreographed. I want it to be real. Uh, so, but I do, you know, just like her stepping off that thing. A lot of times she would just step off, kind of down. She'd just step down, and I wanted her to put her leg up and then let it go down, and she wouldn't do that. And finally, I got her to do that. She put her leg up, and then that's where I stopped her in midair. When she was doing it down, you know, that wouldn't have been a good effect. So we had to keep doing it and keep doing it, and finally we got it right. What I like about Koo Carroll is she wants to do this. She's in love with ALMS TV, y'all. And that's what you have to do. That's what you gotta. It's warm today, you know it. I've got the door open. I don't even need this jacket. Oh, let me show you this t-shirt, y'all. We talking about Muscle Shoals a while ago. Also, Fame Studio. We talked about 3614 Jackson Highway, but Fame Studio give tours too. See? Fame Studio. That's right there, downtown Muscle Shoals, y'all. It's right behind the CVS. Just go down the main road right there until you see the CVS drugstore, and Fame Studios is right behind it right there. And they give tours too. And I didn't know they had a Studio A and a Studio B. And even they still do a little recording in that Cypress Moon. Didn't know that. They got two studios. Of course, Jackson Highway didn't have but one. It was a small place, but a lot of music come out of there. The original piano that's in Night Moves and Main Street, and I seen something that showed who came up with that riff on the guitar on Main Street. Y'all know the song. But I seen something. You can find all kind of stuff on Muscle Shoals on YouTube. Y'all check it out, man. YouTube is amazing. You can see a lot of stuff on there. Get on there and just search, and once you find something, there'll be a bunch of other things on there. When you get through, get you another one. A lot of stuff came out of there, a lot of info. But, listen to this, y'all. The movie Muscle Shoals, about Muscle Shoals, the biography, or the documentary on Muscle Shoals, when I interviewed Jimmy Johnson, he said that movie was kind of incorrect. They tried to make it into a movie, I guess. You know, you want to spice it up some, but he said a lot of stuff in that movie wasn't correct. So I don't know. He ought to know, I guess. Atlantic Records got mad. Y'all don't know this. Atlantic Records got mad at one of the horn players that was one of the Swampers, you know. Aretha Franklin's new husband. She didn't know him that well. He got mad because the horn player was kind of making eyes at Aretha Franklin. You know, this was when she was young. And he got mad, and they ended up getting in an argument, and they went back to the motel. I think it's Holiday Inn or something. And Rick Hall's like 80 years old now, somewhere thereabout. I think he had a few of these, and he said, I'll go over there and talk to him. And the guy from Atlantic Records, Jerry Wexler, is trying to get him not to go over there. But he went anyway. He said, everything will be all right. I'll go talk to him and everything. So he went over there, and they got in a fight. And was actually trying to throw each other off the balcony of a 4-story motel. And anyway, Jerry Wexler told Rick Howell he would never record at his place again. And the Swampers, they was already in the process of leaving and making their own place. So that kind of concreted that. So Jerry Wexler ended up carrying his people to the other place, 3614 Jackson Highway. They wanted the business. They already started with Atlantic Records, and they kept it. But Rick Howell got other musicians, and both of them was going too. I'd like to know who them other music. Oh, I know some of them. I've interviewed them. Roger Clark. Yeah, I remember the second, or actually it's third part. Oh God, I'm having y'all need to check all these tabs out up here up above me here. It's got a lot of tabs. One of them is the one you're on right now. The next one's that Muscle Shows Radio. I'm having to look over there to see it. The next one is advertisement. If you want to advertise this show when it goes back on TV, just give me a call. I've got my phone number up there too. Give me a call and we'll work out a deal. I'll help you all I can help you. You help me, I'll help you. You know, a lot of these people that does a 30-second commercial, they get the 30-second commercial, but at the end of the commercial, I can say anything I want to about your business after the commercial. So actually you get a little bit more. Plus, I'll put you on the sides right here. You see on the sides right here, I've got all these. I'll put you on my website. And it's on every page. See all these? And all these stays with me the whole time. Steve's Pond, Midnight Special, and especially Lee's Restaurant. They've stayed with me all the time. So, you know, I always can say after the commercial, you know, if it's, say, Midnight Special, I can say Voodoo Train's playing this week, you know. I have to do that 2 weeks ahead of time, though. Can't say this week because I'm building the show and just handed in now. You've already played, so you hadn't seen the show yet, so it's got to be 2 weeks ahead. That's what building this show, you know, is hard about. You know, you say something about a business, and you got to remember they're going to see it later. I can't say who's going to be on this week because the show ain't been turned in yet. It's weird. It's weird. And it's mind-blowing, too. Yeah. But, you know, check all these tabs out, man. The next one is my TV show, and it's a Halloween show. That if you ain't seen it yet, it's on right there, TV show. And I always put, you know, any of my shows from dating back to 2013. That ain't all my shows. Some of my shows is right here. Some of my very first shows when I first made my show. So, but I started putting them on YouTube in 2013. So if you've ever been on the show and you want to see that show again, go to this archive tab right here and go find it. Go find it. That's all I can tell you. There's a couple of playlist categories. Anyway, one it says AMS TV, and one says taped videos. You know, taped videos is kind of random videos, but go to the one that says AMS TV, and it'll bring up the whole list, man, and just go find your show. That's all I can tell you. You'll just have to find it. If you know about when it was on, if you know the month that it was on and everything, you shouldn't have to look at 4 shows to find it. And then the next one is random videos. I always pick out, and I couldn't tell you what's on the random videos right now, but you'll just have to go look and see. It's right up here. The next one is picture gallery. A lot of pictures, I've took and stuff that's I think is interesting and stuff. A bunch of my old hosts, yeah, a bunch of my old hosts like Holly and Joanna and Jaden. I seen Jaden at karaoke the other night. Several of my hosts is on there. My great niece, uh, bunch of them. Just check that gallery out. Next one is a list of a lot of the talent that I've taped, and it probably ain't all of them, but there's a list of all the talent and got their name, band name. Some of them might, is already broke up and stuff, but a list of the bands where it says talent and links. I've got a bunch of cool links, man. Anything from music stores to editing stuff is on the links. You need to check those out. And of course, the location where I'm at right now is all the tabs right up above me right there. You need to check them all out, man. It's pretty cool. And you can see Coo Carroll right up there, or is it up here? Is that Coo Carroll up there? Yeah. Yeah. She's up there. And of course, right up above, straight up above, a yellow button, you can see what it says. A lot of people scared of it. They click on it, and it's got, you can put the card number in there. But let me tell you, folks, that goes through PayPal. So it's totally safe and secure because it goes through PayPal. It's not nothing I've just conjured up and put up there. That's my PayPal account. It goes through PayPal, so it's safe and secure. So, if you want to do it off your card, or I tell you, my address is there too, at the bottom of every page. So if you just want to send, a couple bucks, it helps the show out. If y'all would help me out, I could go further out into Alabama and get y'all more. It's cool, man, looking at all these new bands and gospel groups, bluegrass. I just seen one online a while ago, and I liked their page. It was 3 people, two women, might have been a wife, a husband, wife, and a daughter. Is what it looked like. And they got this bluegrass group. I'm going to have to get in touch with them because I don't do enough bluegrass. I could do I hate to do a showcase of just one band because most people likes a variety on the show. So I try to keep it up with a variety. But if I do a whole thing of that group, I can do a couple of songs on one show, the next show, the next show. I can carry it on out, and that way I can have different people on each show. So I could do it that way. Yeah. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. I still got my chicken here. Nobody ate it. Oh, let's see. I got my Christmas hat right here in front of me. Halloween show, Lee's 31st. I think December the 1st, if I ain't mistaken, Ivan Parker is going to be at Lee's restaurant. So if you ain't got your tickets for that, you need to check on that. Ivan Parker's got Lee's restaurant, I think December the 1st, if I ain't mistaken. That would be Friday. This coming up Friday. So Lee's won't be open again till Tuesday. And Tuesday is, of course, karaoke night. Well, I always go to karaoke night. I think I'm going to sing some of my songs that I hadn't sung in a long time, like Chicago and Poor Side of Town, and something I ain't sung in a long time. or made a noise. Yeah. Let's see. We got December coming up, Christmas the 25th. That's Jesus' birthday. That's when Jesus was born. It's 31st is my good friends and cousins' birthdays. My birthday's 2 weeks after that in January. Then you got Groundhog's Day. Then you got Valentine's Day. And I think Lee's is getting up a Valentine's show. Maybe Elvis, I don't know yet. So y'all check that out when it gets closer to time. That'll be in February. Long about February, me and Kookagarum's going to get out and see if we can't get 2 or 3 more sponsors for the show. If we could get, I'm telling you right now, if we could get 8 sponsors, which I've got 3 or 4 right now, if I could get 5 or 4 more, scoring how many I've got for sure, you know, we could go out further. We'd have enough money left over from that to pay for the airtime and have gas money to go to Montgomery or go to Tuscaloosa or anywhere we needed to go. We had an interview with this little young lady down in around the Mobile area. Couldn't go because of that right there. You know, right before the Frog Festival. My sweet cousin in California, you know, I needed ink for my printer where I could print out, where they at? Yeah, I've lost it. I might have threw it away. Print out these flyers where people would know how to, you know, I had my website and everything on it. But, didn't have the money to buy the ink. You know, ink for them things is high. My cousin in California, lives in Ventura, California, sent me a check. And I ended up buying a couple of cartridges where I could print all of them. I had a stack of flyers, and I had some people that was with me there that gave them every one out. I could have printed some more. They gave every one of them out, and you know, it don't matter if I look at it and then throw it away. It don't matter because they see it. They see the address. That's not what it's all about. It's them seeing it. So it don't matter if they looked at it and then threw it away. At least they know how to find my show here. My cards. I ain't got one. Let me get one of these cards. Y'all don't go nowhere. It's just right over there. Let me get it. I don't know if y'all will be able to see this or not. I had these new cards made up. A little different from my old cards. I had a different logo. That's my first logo, by the way. Right at the bottom of that card is actually Channel 80's, Charter Cable Channel 80's website that you can see Charter Cable Channel 80 without even having Charter. So I wanted that on there. I've got my email address, my phone number on there, and I've got this website address on here. And I am the founder of AlabamaMusicSceneTV. I came up with this in 2008. 2008, and this is a lot of my shows from that era. I didn't have nothing. I didn't go out and tape bands. I just put bands on that I already had VHS tapes, and the VHS tapes wasn't that good either. And I just wanted a show, and went out and got sponsors to pay for the airtime, and I made them a coup. You know, I've only had 2 sponsors that actually had their own 30-second commercial. The rest of the time, I'll make it free of charge. If you'll advertise on my show, I'll make your commercial myself. What happened? I think it was a bug attacking my camera there. But anyway, I'll make a commercial, no charge. And like I say, it'll be a 30-second commercial, but, this is my show. Even after the commercial, I can say anything I want to about your business. Steve's Pawn Shop. I'll do his commercial. Then after it, if it's in the springtime, I'll talk about his lawnmowers, riding lawnmowers, weed eaters in the springtime. In the fall, I talk about his shotguns and stuff like that. So I can do that, even after the commercial. So you're getting your money's worth. Plus, I put you on the side of my website here. See right here? And it's on every page. Every one of these tabs you go to, it'll have that commercial right there. It'll have your commercial, your name, and your phone number, how to reach you. And a lot of people does it like 1 month, maybe 2 months, and a commercial don't work that way. You can ask anybody in the TV business, you can't run a commercial 1 month and it do you any good. It ain't like people's gonna go, and rush in there. You have to put it in there 4 to 6 months, and then it starts bringing the people in. And then once they start coming in, they keep coming in. It's a good thing. Alright. Let's take a look outside here. That butterfly's still out there. I gotta get up and look and see what that is. I don't even see it. Alright. I didn't even see it. I went to the door. It must be like a gnat real close to the camera, because the way it looks, it's out there. Because I didn't see it looking through the door there. I can see it on this camera though. Alright, so February, me and Cook Carol's gonna get out and about and see if we can't get us up 2 or 3 or 4 more sponsors, where we can do some business here, go some places. Oh, there he goes. Well, congratulations, Auburn. Y'all got bragging rights for a year. And then it's going to be 4 or 5 more years before you have it again. Hopefully. But they put it on Bama late. They came to win. Or they was ready to play. They wanted to win the game. I don't know what Alabama was doing. They looked bad. They looked like they was scared or something. Don't be scared. The play calling was crap from Alabama too. I don't know about this new play caller. I don't know about him. It ain't getting nothing done. Looked like one of them kind of people that wants to throw the bomb every play. And Saban, he wants to get a first down every play. I think that's more productive than, that's a low percentage throwing at bombs. And I heard somebody say a while ago on that touchdown Alabama had in the end zone with Judy, telling he pushed off of that guy. He didn't push off. You could say something about him pushing him down. I've seen a lot of holding by Auburn. You know, Kirby Smart said in their game against Auburn, said there's a lot of holding. But you can't say nothing about that. Auburn wanted to win the game. I think we just showed up to play the game. I don't think we wanted to win. We didn't play like we wanted to win anyway. Didn't do nothing no different. This was a big game to be conference champions and didn't do nothing no different. It's all the same. And I thought that was kind of weird. I'm a little aggravated. Ooh, is my mustache crooked? Alright. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. About to get on the hungry side. Maybe go in here and eat the rest of that chicken and dressing, I guess. Y'all check all these tabs out on the website if anybody's even on here. I see a police officer going up the road. I wonder. Don't forget, y'all need to get one of these cards. February, March, we're gonna be out, especially March. We're gonna be out getting those sponsors up where we can get this thing back on TV. And he even told me last time I seen Don, which is the owner of Charter Cable Channel 80, he said he might put me on Charter Cable Channel 21. Not the analog 21 now, the Charter Cable Channel 21. So it may not be Channel 80. He may put me on Channel 21. Just as long as he replays me a bunch of times like he did last time. And that's another thing for y'all sponsors. Last time I had it on TV, you pay for one show. That's what you pay for. But Don replayed it 6 more times. In other words, it was on 7 times a week. Your commercial is being seen those times. So that was pretty cool. What is that? So I'm looking for sponsors. If y'all know anybody that might want to sponsor the show and have a good and loves Alabama music and bands and all these influential people, man. I even do bios on Hank Williams, not Junior, Hank Williams and people that's going on. There's somebody walking through the yard. Basketball. Hear it? They're playing basketball. Alright. Let's see. I need to start doing my show with no lights at all because this looks like it does better with no lights. Alright. If y'all know anybody that wants to sponsor the show, send them to me. Or if y'all know anybody that just wants to donate to the show, go to this website and go to that yellow button right up there. It says donate. And don't be scared of it because it goes through PayPal. That's a PayPal thing. So it's secure. You know, it ain't nothing that I just conjured up to get y'all's money. That's a PayPal account. That's what that is. So don't be afraid to use your card or anything because that's PayPal. PayPal. So don't be afraid of it. I think my cousin, she was afraid of it. She said she couldn't ever get it to work. But it does work, because after she told me this and said it didn't work, I got on there and done $1, just $1, into my own account, and put it in there, and it worked. I think she was just afraid of it, to put her account on there. But don't be afraid, because that's a PayPal account. You know, it's secure. So don't be afraid of it. And she ended up sending it in a letter, sending me a check in a letter. Now that's cool too. You know, I got it, about 5 days later. But it was well used, and I appreciate her doing that. But don't be afraid of that up there, because that goes through PayPal. That's a PayPal account. It's secure. Secure. Okay? All right, let me get out of here, y'all. Checky. Wait, let me show you this guy. Alright, see y'all.